Hi, this is Amma again from SSL Trust Visual YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install an SSL certificate on your website in Bagisto. So let's get started. So this is our domain name and our Bagisto store, and as you can see, this is not yet secure and we're going to make sure it is. So the first step in this process is going to be generating a private key and a certificate sign-in request or CSR. But before that, I'm going to need you to log in as root to your server via your preferred SSH client. And now we're going to create the default directory where we're going to store all of our SSL certificate files. So type in sudo make directory /etc/encryption. We're going to create a new directory right here. So now that we have created our directory, we can now proceed to generate our private key and certificate sign-in request or CSR. A CSR or a certificate sign-in request is nothing but a request initiated by you, the client, to the certificate authority, which contains all the necessary information such as the domain name and the business details, which are stored in a hashed form. On the technical side, it also contains the public key, which will be signed by the certificate authority and returned to you in the issued SSL certificate. Now head back to the SSH client. Now the command to generate a private key and CSR is as follows: sudo open SSL request /new key. Then we're going to be using the RSA 2048 hashing algorithm -nodes -key out. Now we input the directory where we want our key to be in. So it will be /etc/encryption, and let's call our key as server.key space, then out with the CSR, the same directory. Let's call it server.csr. So just a small mistake. It'll be open SSL, not open SLL. Press enter. Now fill in a few details real quick. The 2-letter abbreviation for your country, your state or province, city or town, the name of your organization, the organization unit such as IT, and your domain name without the www. Your email address, and just press enter. No need to set any passwords right here. Now to view your CSR, we're going to type in cat/etc/encryption /server.csr. This is our certificate sign-in request. Make sure you copy it from the very start to the end, including all the dashes. And once we have copied it, we can now proceed to purchase and configure our SSL certificate. Alright, so I'm here on the SSL Trust homepage, and if you scroll down, you'll see that SSL Trust has established partnerships with all the leading SSL certificate authorities. And if you scroll down further, you will see that we have SSL certificates for just about all of your SSL needs. Whether you want to secure a single domain quickly and at a low price, whether you want to secure unlimited subdomains, whether you want an SSL certificate for your organization, whether you want multi-domain SSL certificates, code signing SSL certificates to mitigate security warnings on your website, and then email signing SSL certificates. So lots of options to choose from. You can also use the SSL Selector tool on our website. Choose the type of certificate you want. Choose the level of validation, how many domains you want to secure, choose that option. If you're going to be needing any additional features, otherwise click on next. Choose the branch that you want the certificate from, and you will see a list of options right here, best suited to your needs and your preferences. Now, if you're not sure which SSL certificate you want to purchase, you can always contact our sales team and they'll be happy to help you out. Now, since this is a demo video, I'm going to go with the standard SSL. Let's go with the Commodore Positive SSL. Choose your duration. Click on Checkout. Fill in these details real quick, and then click on Complete Order. Once you do that, head over to the SSL Trust dashboard and select your purchased SSL certificate right here. Now click on Start Certificate Configuration. Now paste your copied CSR right here. Click on Verify CSR. And if these details look just as you inputted them, then we're good to go. Server type is going to be Apache. Click on Next Step. Fill in these details real quick. Now we have a technical individual doing this for you. You can use admin contact for now, otherwise fill in those details. Click on Next Step. So here you have to prove to the issuing certificate authority, which in this case is Sectigo, that you own your domain name and have complete access to it. Now you can do it in one of three methods, namely the email validation method, where you're going to need to have one of these 5 email addresses, which when you select, you'll be sent an email, which when you open, that link should validate the ownership of your domain name and should get you your SSL certificate. The second method is the HTTP file method. Now here you're going to need to create this directory followed by this subdirectory, and in that you're going to need to create a text file with this exact name, and in that text file you're going to need to paste in these contents. And once you do that, you can click on the check file button to make sure that this file is available on the internet and can be accessed by Sectigo. And you should get your SSL certificate pretty quick. Now, the third, or the method that we're going to be using, is the CNAME record validation method. Now, in this method, you're going to need to have access to your DNS settings with either your domain name provider or your hosting provider, depending on where you've pointed your name service to. So, let me log into my DNS settings real quick. Alright, so I'm at my DNS settings. Add a new record right here. Type is going to be CNAME. Copy the CNAME record, paste it in the host box. Do the same for the CNAME value and paste it right here, the pointing to dialog box. Click on Save. Come back to the configuration window. Click on the Check DNS Record button and then click on Search. Now, this process of DNS propagation might take from a few minutes up to an hour, depending on your service propagation speed. So just make sure you keep coming back here and check the status of your record. In the meanwhile, you can submit your configuration. And as you can see, our configuration was a success. This is our order number and our status is that we're awaiting validation. So as you can see, our domain control validation was completed real quick. So you're going to need to open this drop-down menu, choose your method of validation, and then click on Submit or Recheck just to refresh things on Sectigo's end. So just keep alternating between both these windows and check the status of your DNS record. Or if you're not able to find the validation manager, you can always head back to the dashboard, click on your product or service, and then there'd be a button here called Access Validation Manager. Now collect or download your certificate. So here we have our certificate files in all formats. Install these files on our server. So we're just going to be copy and pasting them and creating new files. So head back over to your SSH client and let me clear this up. Now I'm going to create a new file in the same encryption directory, and for the main SSL certificate, let's call it cert.pem. So copy the certificate to a clipboard, paste it right here, and exit the buffer. Do the same for your intermediate certificate. Let's call it inter.pem. Copy the intermediate certificate to a clipboard, paste it right here, and exit the buffer. So now that we have moved or copied and pasted our certificate files, we have everything we need to install our SSL certificate. Alright, so now that we have uploaded our certificate files to our server and we have our private key already sitting there, we can now proceed to configuring our web server and installing our SSL certificate. Now, for that, we are going to have to navigate to a specific directory which has the default Apache configuration file, and we're going to do just that. So type in sudo nano /etc/apache2, which is the location of the default configuration file, default cell.conf. And now I'm going to paste in a few set of directories that I've copied from my notepad. You are going to find these commands and directives in the Reddit description of this video, so you can copy it from there. So just change your server name and type it as your domain name.com. Save the buffer, make the necessary changes. So just make sure that the path of the certificates matches the actual location of them, and you're good to go. So just restart Apache, and you should have your SSL certificates installed. So now that we have restarted Apache, we can now check the installation of our SSL certificate. For that, I'm going to navigate to Chrome, navigate to https://yourdomainname.com, and as you can see, our site is now secure and we have successfully installed an SSL certificate. Alright, so this is how easy it was to install an SSL certificate on your website in Bagisto. And if you were not able to do so, there was a written guide available in the very description of this video that you can refer to for all the commands and directives required for the process. Now, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have questions, please put a comment below, and do consider subscribing if you're into all things SSL. And as always, thanks for watching.